Time to raise the stakes. Surfshark is calling for partners to join its affiliate program. Collaborate with Surfshark, one of the top 3 VPN and internet security brands globally, to creatively promote its products: VPN, antivirus, and Incogni. You won't even need to persuade your audience because Surfshark does it all with its competitive pricing, unlimited device usage, and higher than average conversion rates, recognized by TechRadar and PC Mag. Sign up for Surfshark's affiliate program at surfshark.com/affiliate, and you'll get a dedicated account manager to help you get started every step of the way. So set your coordinates for success and navigate with Surfshark. That's surfshark.com/affiliate. Sign up today.
You're listening to the Affiliate Marketing Podcast, brought to you by AffiverseMedia.com, the chapter and verse of everything you need to know about running a successful affiliate program for your business. This is a podcast for digital and affiliate marketers, publishers, networks, agencies, and MarTech providers who operate, support, or manage affiliate marketing programs around the globe. If you want to launch, scale, and grow a successful affiliate marketing program, you're in the right place. In this podcast, you'll learn how affiliate and partner marketing is constantly changing, and tune in to industry experts who are getting behind our mic to share tactical insights and practical knowledge to help your affiliate program grow. Here, you'll discover what's new and trending in affiliate and performance marketing, how to run your affiliate program successfully, and gain industry insights from experts and practitioners from around the globe. The truth is, you simply won't find this information anywhere else. Now here's your award-winning affiliate and performance marketing host, an industry veteran, your affiliate marketing guide, and the founder of Affiverse, Leanne Johnston.
Welcome to this week's Affiliate Marketing Podcast with me, your host, Leanne Johnston. And today I'm super excited. And I know I say that every week, but I really am super excited this week because I have got somebody on this podcast who's probably unknown to a lot of you, but is a huge player in the affiliate and media industry. And we have managed to secure her onto this podcast this week to talk a little bit about her business, First Up Media. It is Sharon Rector. Sharon, it is our pleasure to have you on this podcast with me this week. Thank you so much for joining.
It is such a pleasure to be here. And as a fan of yours for a long time and a listener to this podcast, I mean, this is like winning the Oscars for me. So thank you for having me.
I love that. Thank you so much for coming on. So let's get started by just getting everybody a little bit of a background as to who you are, how you got into the industry, and then we can tell them a little bit about your 250 million followers and how you built this business, and like really just go from there. So start us off with the story of how you got started.
So my name is Sharon Rector. I'm the co-founder of First Media, and I founded it with my partner really at the beginning as a cable network. But I have a feeling that like everybody else on this podcast, anybody else who's listening, we follow the money, right? Affiliates, we follow the money. And we've had twists and turns and pivots to our business because we follow the money. So in 2006, we launched a cable network for mothers and babies. We were the people who knew nothing about cable who launched a cable network. We brought it to 60 million homes, which in cable world means, so it's available on, still Baby First is available on Dish, Direct, Comcast, and all the other major players. And in this world of cable, once you reach 60 million homes or 50, Bob Iger would call, buy your network, and you would sail to the sunset. But Bob Iger didn't call. He went on TV and said owning a cable network sucks. And Disney stock dropped 40%, Viacom stock dropped 40%. So I think the biggest skill that we have as entrepreneurs, and probably anybody else listening to this podcast, because anybody who does affiliate is in some way or form an entrepreneur, was we understood we needed to change. And we tried to analyze what do we really own and realize that in addition to owning this cable distribution and eyeballs, 50% of US moms with a baby under 3 were watching us daily. What we owned was trust. The mothers who were watching Baby First with their children trusted us. And we dug deeper to understand what is this trust and realized they don't trust us like a doctor. They trust us like their friend who had kids 2 years before them and is relaxed. So then we went back with that understanding and looked at our assets. We had 47,000 followers on Facebook for Baby First. They were all expecting baby-ish content from us. And we said, what if we started talking to them as women? Back in the days, no AI, I'm talking 2016, Guy and I started with Excel sheets, right? We wanted to analyze videos that others were doing. What is working? What do people share? And we literally knew which color and which second under which background would get people to watch and share. And by mastering the art and science of what people share, we were able to grow our followers from 47,000 to 250 million without buying a single user. So in the industry of publishing, there is a beautiful saying, it takes $100 million to make $100 million. We do not prescribe. We always look at profitability. And we became a major publisher. We were number one in the world in views per post, engagement rate, share rates, all those things that you measure a publisher. But then the world changed again. And Facebook in 2008, if anybody here is in the publishing business, you know that the algorithm changed. So many of our friends went out of business, and we realized that content engagement has changed for good. We were very fast in adapting. And that's why we were able to continue to grow. Give like an insight, we realized that when Facebook says meaningful engagement, what does that mean? At the end of the day, it's an algorithm. What it meant for Facebook was a real engagement was a 3-word comment. So no longer smileys or yays, but rather we had to adjust our content to call for action to drive engagement. And that was great. And we were still thriving. And then I lost a bet.
Most great stories start with a line like that. So I know this is going to be a great story.
So to push my Alzheimer's away, I also am a seed and early stage investor in startups and one of the founders of one of these companies. And I made a bet and I lost it. And I'm a woman of my word. Oh, I didn't mention that we started growing into 3 brands. So really So Yummy, which is our food brand, Blossom Do It Yourself, and Blusher, our beauty brand, in addition to Baby First. So again, doing only viral videos. I lost a bet to a medical device company. The founder was a medical device company, and I had to do a viral video for him. And I begged him not to do it because what does a medical app have to do with food, do-it-yourself, or lifestyle? But again, he forced me to be a woman of my word. And we created a video that for K-Health, that checking your symptoms on Google was as dumb as throwing darts because you'll either have a migraine or a brain tumor. And it was the worst performing video in the history of First Media. We only generated 1 million organic views. And right as I was like going into, yay, I'm so smart, I realized it's going to be the worst performing video. The founder of the company actually said, look at the data. And we saw that the users that this video delivered were the best performing ever.
Wow.
For this company. And we said, what happens if we put $2,000 behind it? Still delivering. How about $20,000? Still delivering. How about $200,000? Still delivering. And when we saw that we could do that and we could actually leverage our knowledge of how to create viral videos, so the ones that actually make you stop when you scroll the feed, take the same knowledge, but drive it to a transaction instead of views, we could make a meaningful business, not by driving shares, comments, likes, or even clicks, transaction with a credit card at the end. That story ended up beautifully. We were able to drive 2 million users out of their first 3 at a cost reduction of 75%. And the company's valuation grew from 40 million when I invested to over $1 billion. So hee for me on that.
So much for losing that bet.
Yeah. But I'm like a small, tiny, minor, nothing investor there, but just fun. But it's a great company. But that started a whole new business for us. And today we do paid media. It's about, I'd say 88, 85% of our business. And we do it at a very meaningful scale.
If you're okay to share numbers, like in the ballpark figures, like how much are you spending on viral content that's through social channels at this point as part of your business?
So 3 kinds of content will come from us, in addition to the cable world, but on social, 3 kinds of content, what we call organic content, which has no paid media behind it, is designed to create massive views and engagement, but not a purchase. Branded content, which means a brand paid to be included, but it's still organic. And paid media, which is ads that are designed to convert. And we spend between $500,000 to $1 million a day delivering scales to both big brands and also direct to consumer brands. And our model is unique. We usually don't work on like a traditional affiliate fee. What we do is we work directly with brands who mostly are not looking to reduce their costs, but looking to create massive scale on an ongoing basis.
Yeah.
And what we do with them is we say, we agree on what is a cost per acquisition that they are very happy with. They can't come up with something that's not realistic. It has to be something they've achieved, but they were maybe unable to achieve it at scale. We will analyze the quality of what they're doing.
Yeah.
And if we can do better, and not always we can, we will start creating an internal machine that works both on the massive amount of content created and then analyzing the data on an hourly basis to constantly improve and improve and improve. So if we agree that, let's just say the cost of acquisition is $100, they will never pay 101, they will never pay 99, but they will commit that as long as we can deliver them the cost per acquisition at 100, they will commit to a massive scale, so that makes sense for us to constantly work. So if we're doing a Walmart campaign for Thanksgiving, we might do 9 different videos, 40 different versions, and then putting all the money on one.
All right. So I want to just backtrack a little bit there because that's quite a lot that you downloaded in the first 5 minutes. But I wanted to get into the kind of nitty gritty around why you decided early on to make the conscious decision to not build a publishing platform. Because with all of this data, with all of this knowledge of how to build content that creates, like, why didn't you build a website? I know you have 3, you've got your publishing sites now, but in the beginning, why did you choose to go to where your consumer was? What was the decision that led you there?
That's an interesting thing that I think everybody who creates content goes back and forth on. I want to say we started with manners. Okay. It wasn't polite to come to Mark's barbecue and push all your friends to come to another party, maybe.
Yeah.
But other than manners, and maybe Facebook rewarded us for that. But other than that, our philosophy was, and bear in mind, we didn't raise millions and millions of dollars to do this. So our philosophy was always meet the consumer where they are. Don't try and get that extra step to come to you. You know, there are pros and cons for that approach, obviously, but meet the consumer wherever they are. So today, our content is available in addition to being on all the platforms, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snap, YouTube, and all of those. It's also available in gas stations, in bars. If you take the New York subway, you're likely to see a So Yummy video. And if you like the recipe you see, you can scan the QR code and Fresh Direct will deliver it to your house. So the idea is that we're offering you really engaging content that will make you stop whatever you're doing, enjoy it. We have never sacrificed the quality of our content and the virality of our content. And I think we do content very differently than other publishers, what we call publishers on Facebook, and then drive them directly to a transaction. We've also looked at the transaction always as an added value to the consumer. To give an example, if we're showing you on So Yummy this amazing recipe on how to make muffins, and you're going, oh my God, I'd love to do it, but this was only a very short video. And then we add, click here to get all the ingredients added to your cart. We're not annoying the viewers. They're actually going to save that video to watch it later, but they add the ingredients to cart and they shop. So our philosophy is very different.
And I like that because a lot of brands don't think about affiliates this way. They don't think about their publishers or their partners this way in the fact of where can this partner place me where I can't necessarily go myself because of brand guidelines, of, red tape, of budgets that are split between different media teams within the company. And I think this is part of the freedom that affiliate managers have when they're running big programs or tier 1 programs, is that they can choose where they spend their money and with what types of publishers. Now, there must be... Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I want to add that that's very important because also we see that even if we created the same video and we posted it on our page, let's just say So Yummy, and on the brand's page, we will drive 6 times better the results coming through our page. I can't give you 100% an answer why, but I'm going to assume that if I talk about how great Leanne is, people will believe me more than if you talk about yourself. Yeah. Maybe. So the recommendation of our brands as being a mega influencer helps. But second, because we focus also on really engaging content, I have to assume that the platforms themselves give us a high engagement score and therefore offer even our paid content to more users at more attractive prices. I don't know that for a fact, but I tend to think it's true. And I also want to agree with you on what you said that, sometimes a brand would come and say, do whatever you want, but you have to use my color, you have to use my font, and you have to do everything the same way I do, in which case we're not magicians. We can't do better than you. So if somebody is working with an affiliate or a company up like ours, you have to allow them the freedom to try things that you can't dare try yourself to get different results and different audiences.
And also the audience understands when they see something a little bit differentiated, but still on brand, that it might not be the brand actually advertising to them. Like, consumers are now savvy. They know how to consume information and content, and they know when something is an affiliate site because it has to be kind of said as well in terms of the rules. But they kind of know when content is being differentiated on different platforms that it might not always be originating from the brand itself. We all know what social media is, and we all shop online, and we all do TikTok and everything else. So I think that's not necessarily a bad thing. I think that's actually a good thing that you should leverage in your favor if you are a big brand, is actually work with partners that are responsible. I mean, clearly you are responsible because you're spending so much of people's money online, but like, find those partnerships and actually leverage them instead of trying to corral them into such tight rules and regulations that you don't actually allow the freedom to happen and the success to begin, kind of thing. So I totally agree with you.
We like to say, tell us what we absolutely can't do, and then let us do our thing.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, when brands give us data of engagement later, we can do a lot better. Giving a small example, going to that medical app that I shared with you, the original video that we did was about a headache.
Yeah.
But when we analyzed what was the user journey when they actually came in and made the purchase, we noticed people who came with a stomach ache were significantly more likely to pay. So then we redo the video with the stomach ache. That is invaluable data that if a brand and an affiliate work together on, not only can you deliver me clicks and a person to give the credit card for the first time, but actually great users, then the value of those users is significantly higher, and your affiliate fee gets to be higher because you're delivering great users. So partnerships with brand on deep data are actually very valuable if both parties know how to use them.
Yeah, but that requires a level of trust, because most merchants or operators that I speak to, they don't really want to share internal data because then they feel like affiliates are going to cannibalize the work that they're already doing. But that actually also boils down to the maturity of the relationship that you have with your partners. Like, how much trust is there, and what do you actually want that partner to do for you that you're not already doing? And giving clear guidelines is a very, very important part of running a successful affiliate program. Now, I want to delve a little bit deeper into some of the key nuts and bolts learnings that you've had over the last couple of years, growing this business into the mammoth business that it is, because I'm sure that spending that kind of money every day, you learn a lot very quick. Can you share 3 top tips that you've learned building this business just as a publisher entrepreneur? And what are some of the things that you wish that brands or, your account managers at different brands that you work with would have helped you with? Because I think that would be useful for my audience to hear.
That is such a good question. Data is king.
Yeah.
And, we've invested a lot of money in building our own algorithms to analyze our data.
And actually, I think affiliate managers don't even realize that that's happening in the background. They just see traffic coming in. They don't realize how much work has actually gone in to get that traffic. So I think that's a really good point.
There is a ton of work being done. So our platform that we've built, which is proprietary to us, we call it Samba. And what Samba does, because we have hundreds of ad sets open every day on all the platforms, is it moves money between ads and between platforms, but it analyzes why. So for example, we know that certain products have lower CPMs. So everything at the end converts into how do we buy, right? So lower CPMs on weekends. Sometimes we know why, sometimes we don't. Sometimes it's an hour. It's specific hours. So we can find out that one specific brand buying for them on a Sunday between 2 and 3, significantly better. But now I can come up, some of them are affected by rain. So things that we don't think about. But I recommend looking at your data. And again, I do paid media. I know a lot of our listeners and affiliates don't do paid and they count on their organic traffic. But I'm sure that there is a lot of data there on when are people opening your posts, when are they more likely to convert, so that you can manage your data on that end. So I think that's very important. To brands, I say, I know you're very worried about your brand, but for God's sake, share a pixel. Not everybody will. If you share a pixel, the level of performance that we can deliver, now there are limited pixels, so we don't need to know everything about your client. The better we know, the more we know, the better for you. But I understand why you don't want to share. But even if you tell us, just give us the limited pixel that there was a transaction, not only are you educating us, even if we don't know which ads and how they're working, which you can do with an affiliate link, but you're also educating the platforms.
Yeah.
So Facebook, for example, or TikTok will share the right people, the right content. Brands, please, I know it hurts, but sharing is caring. On the content side, I think everybody needs to be bold and experiment and experiment and experiment. There is such thing as ad fatigue. So something that works now doesn't work after. By the way, it might work again in a year from now.
Yeah.
But if you do the same things over and over, especially brands, if you're married to a concept, you can't grow and expand your audiences. I can give an old example, which I think it's fun. When we were doing Dollar Shave Club, we realized that, who was buying those razors for men? Women. So the ads actually had to be for women, not for men, right? So there are different ways to understand your content. So you're making a product that would look cool to a man, but the purchaser is a woman. So you try and try and try and try and try. We also, by the way, have built an algorithm for that learns what have we tried before, how has it worked, how hasn't it worked, what would different combinations of work do. But going back to the Walmart example that I mentioned before, for one campaign, we would, if you think about it, we would do 40 versions, put your money on one. So even if you're an affiliate and you're really good at lists and you perform kick-ass at lists, great, don't kill lists. But try something else new too, because the market is constantly evolving. The consumer is constantly evolving. And you also might get to consumers you never thought you could.
But I think that's also the thing that's made you so successful, because we've spent a lot of time talking together, and you think about and you put the customer first in every part of your business. We've had multiple conversations about this, not just on this podcast, but every decision that you've made in building this empire, and it really is an empire that you've built here, has always been backed by what can I do for the customer? What am I doing for the customer? How am I adding value, and how can I scale? And maybe now's a good time to actually get into the kind of the bits around building a successful media company as a senior female founder, because there are so few of us in the kind of publishing and affiliate world. What are some of the best pieces of advice that you can give to affiliate managers out there who want to maybe begin their own ventures, and even to publishers that are starting out? Like, what are some of the pieces of advice that you've learned literally climbing the mountain and getting to the top?
So I want to divide what you asked me to two questions, because I want to first respond to what you said about the consumer. So we are not looking at getting a consumer once. Our goal is not to get you to buy something and leave. Our goal is for you to stay a loyal customer and like our pages, see more and more content from us, and be happy with what we deliver, which is first and foremost value to you as the consumer, and then once in a while buy from us. So we're looking very long-term at our relationship with the user.
Yeah.
So what we have identified, going back to the original discussion on trust, what we have identified is, and I can say this, it's also my personal experience, I'm a mother of 4. And I work full time and I'm super busy. But when I take my boys to a soccer game and it's my turn to bring snack or a cake, I really deep inside, even though none of these women are my friends, I really want them to all say, oh my God, how does she do that? And it would give me a huge satisfaction of them thinking I'm this badass mom who makes fabulous cakes on her high heels and with her hair all perfect, even though that's really not me. So what's the consumer insight? The consumer insight is that every single video that comes from First Media, regardless of brand, regardless of platform, will give a woman 3 things. It will give us more value for our money. So not necessarily reducing your cost, but giving you value. It will save you time. So you're smart, you're doing something more efficiently because we're all super busy. And it will make you the hero in front of your family and friends. So it's going to be super easy. Now that comes through. So when you're a First Media fan, either So Yummy, Blossom, or Blusher, This is in every video. You know what to expect. You know you're going to get valuable information or valuable products that are going to make you the hero. I think identifying that and managing expectations on what our viewers are expecting from us builds loyalty, which allows us to go back and builds loyalty and trust that they know that if we're recommending a subscription meal kit, if we're recommending any other grocery item, if we're recommending an air fryer, it will make you a hero. So the So Yummy air fryer that we just released, which is at Target and is $24.99, we have a full line of So Yummy products. The promise is this: it's a $24.99 air fryer. It's a super basic, simple air fryer. The promise, but you could talk about it. You can talk about its colors, but the promise is this: your world is full of buttons. Everybody's pressing your buttons. This air fryer comes with only one, but hundreds of So Yummy recipes. So you're hacking the system. You paid less, and you're the hero. Does that make sense? So that's how translating our publishing world of content translates into selling a product.
Yeah. And it's not actually just going buy this product. It's actually way more sophisticated.
Yeah, because you have to go into what they're expecting from us, and what they're expecting from us. We're not talking about the price. We don't go and buy this, it's only $24.99. What we're saying, we're going by that we're going to give you more value for your money. We're going to save you time, and we're going to make you the hero. So you're this smart woman who bought a cost-effective air fryer because you don't need all these buttons. And look, you made all these amazing recipes with it. So I urge the marketers on this company in this call to think about what is the value you bring to your consumers on a regular basis. You're not selling an air fryer. You are building your reputation, and you're building consumer loyalty for you. And then you've created something really valuable that one day you might sell because you're trusted. By the way, I want to say that I think you've done the same with your business. Everybody who's on this podcast knows exactly what they can expect from you, right? They know what they can expect to get on this call, which is why they are going to come again next week if I didn't blow it for you completely. But they know what they can expect. They know there will be real meaningful value. They know you've done your research before you bring a guest. Therefore, they'll trust you and they'll buy from you again. And that was question number one that you didn't even ask, but I thought it was worth mentioning.
No, but it's raised a very important point, and that's why I love talking to you, because we do go off piste and we talk about all sorts of wonderful things. But really, for the affiliate managers listening, I want you to pause and go back and replay what Sharon's just said, because we get lost in the weeds of, we need to bring more publishers in, we need to bring more publishers in. But what we actually need to do is look at all of our publishers and figure out how do we work with them in the best possible way, because you will miss out on all of this stuff that Sharon is doing with all of the consumers that she reaches, and there's 200 million plus of them that you could be reaching to just by working with her in the way that she needs you to work with her, instead of saying, I'm going to put you into this box and this is the offer that I'm going to give you. Because every affiliate publisher, entrepreneur is unique. And by not allowing all of your partners to really have the freedom to express the way that they want to promote your products and services and tell the story behind your product and services in a way that resonates with their particular audience, i.e. the mums who want to be heroes, then you're missing out on a whole marketing opportunity that you yourself are not touching or seeing, because you see your customers in one way and your publishers see their customers in a completely different way and reach them at the point of where they are at, which is what has made your business successful. You didn't go and say, I'm going to bring everybody to me and then tell them what I want to sell them. You built your business the other way around. You went, I'm going to go to where everybody is, and then I'm going to build a relationship with where everybody is, and then I'm going to tell them the things that I like and the things that I want them to maybe take a look at because they'll be relevant to them.
And I want to take even an air fryer, which is $24.99, can be used by my daughter who's going to college in her dorm room, but also by my 75-year-old dad. It's got one button, and it's practical, and it's nice. But the selling proposition for each of them is very, very different. And the recipes they're going to make are very, very different.
Yeah.
So using different affiliates that can tell their story in a very different way to their audience could be very meaningful, because you know what? Very few people actually think that that they should spend time selling an air fryer to 75-year-olds, but I actually think they're a phenomenal audience.
Yeah, my mother-in-law loves it, but she doesn't like the one with many buttons because it confuses her. So yeah, it's such a good piece of content that we've shared here, and such a good analogy that we've given as well in terms of how the audience segment can be so broad, and we're missing out because we're only targeting the mums. That's typically what happens in some programs, and why the segmentation in their affiliate program is poor, because they're only looking for certain types of affiliates for certain types of traffic, and they're missing out on all of this.
So now I go back to your other question. I want to say that driving revenue as a cable network, we didn't know anything. Same as I like to think of our company, which is why most of you haven't heard of us, is we're like, maybe flattering myself here, but we want to be like Michael Phelps. I once saw a picture of Michael Phelps swimming, and Michael Phelps swims without looking to the sides.
No.
He just swims, and the other swimmers end up looking at Michael Phelps. So I always kind of said to myself, I want to be Michael Phelps. I also really love being cash flow positive. I really like it gives me so much freedom and peace of mind sleeping at night, knowing that we are cash flow positive. So even though, we raised money for our cable network, when we started social media, we had 2 people doing it. We now have 200. We have decided right from the get-go, after a few learnings, that generally we're not doing crazy shit. We are doing things that have a great potential of succeeding. We experiment, and if we fail fast. But we put ourselves out there. Again, take the analogy, 9 videos, 40 version, put your money on one. We're going to throw the other 39 very fast. We're going to spend very little on them. But now we know what's a winner, and we'll make more winners.
Yeah.
So I think affiliate is one of these amazing businesses that if you actually learn, and if you're listening to this podcast, then you're learning from Leanne, who is the best of the best. So you're doing something right.
I'm not paying you to say that, but yes.
I listen and I learn so much from you. So I'm very grateful. But it's one of those businesses where if you're looking at your data and you really learn, you can start small and grow. I think it's a wonderful business for moms for 2 reasons. First of all, working moms are the most efficient people I've ever met, but also because it is really flexible. Yeah. But it does require self-motivation, willingness to experiment and learn, because it's one of the fastest moving industries. I highly recommend, even if you're not used to doing it, going into video.
Yeah.
I know it's scary at the beginning, but put yourself out there, try video. The tools today to make videos are so easy that even though I have studios right now, during COVID, everybody made their videos in their homes in a small top-down desk that they put in their living rooms, right? We paid people a little bit of rent to do it in their homes. There were teams of 1 or 2, which shows that everybody can do it. I am telling you, we have reached the scale without raising money to do it, solely by mastering the art and science of what makes your content go viral. So go for it. Just don't be afraid. But if something's not working for you, kill it fast.
Amazing advice. One of the things that I did want to just ask, because we are getting to the end of this podcast, the big question I think that my audience will want to know from you, because you're so far out there in the forefront of everything that's happening in content marketing, what do you think the top 3 trends are that are going to be coming forward in 2024, 2025, that they can start to kind of double down and invest in now with certain publishers that can achieve those things to grow their programs? So what are the big trends coming?
So I think AI, a great tool. And you and I use the word publishers a little bit differently, so I'm trying not to get confused. But AI is amazing not in creating, if you go to AI and say, create 10 ads for me are for meal kits for people who are on the budget, and talk about the budget, AI will do it. These ads will all suck. So that's not how I would use AI unless you're seeking ideas. And the reason is that ChatGPT has no data on conversion. So you're going to get the same ads everybody else gets. But what you can use AI for, and we have transformed, we told every designer, now you are no longer a designer, you're a head of a design department leveraging AI. Okay. So the amount of money we have saved on shoots and ad design and video design, and the amount of output we are able to create with the same team, and therefore the more we do, the more we learn, has significantly grown. And these are tools that are available to everybody. So, like Midjourney and Dolly and quite a few others. And if you want, I'm happy to share a video one of my teammates did on using AI, and I'm happy to share with your listeners.
Yeah, we'll put it in the blog, in the transcribe.
So I think it's a great video tools that we use, but don't be afraid to experiment with AI. Just because you can move from being a business of 1 to 2 people, if you're small, to theoretically tens of soldiers working for you under you. So that's the number one thing I want to say that can transform an affiliate business. To me, that trend is so much bigger than everything else. I don't do the trendy stuff. I work on building deep relationships with brands. I would say what I look at is I'm looking for less partners, but ones that I can improve and scale with, because that's where learning goes into. So because I'm out of the industry and I kind of live in my own silo, I feel I'm disappointing you on this one.
No, because I think the advice is still true. I think there's so much choice now for affiliates to go and promote different brands, and there's so much competition that on the one side, affiliates need to start being selective about who they want to partner with, because they can't physically partner with 100 different brands. And they need to use AI to differentiate themselves and start creating at scale, because otherwise they're just going to get blown out of a noisy market anyway. So I think the 2 pieces of advice that you've given are spot on, really.
And I would say become good at something and then become a valuable player for some of your partners.
You don't have to be with everybody at the moment. You just need to be with the ones that matter to you.
The ones that matter and where you have enough of your own data to actually become really good. And by the way, then go and renegotiate your fees.
Yeah, that's always a good piece of advice as well. It's time for a renegotiation.
Yeah, no, but you can only do that if you deliver value at scale.
Totally agree. All right, we're going to wrap this up because it's going to be a really long one, but it has been phenomenal to 1, get to know you in person, 2, have you on this podcast, and 3, listen to the journey of how you've built this incredible business from a cable TV network to probably you are one of the biggest publishers that I know, to be honest. And I just feel so blessed that you come on this podcast to share some of that journey with our listeners and to give such good advice for both affiliate managers and also publishers that are starting out. Where do people follow you? Like, where can they kind of listen to what you're doing? Where can they get in touch with you? How do you want people to get in touch with you?
You're always invited to visit our website, which is first.media. And I think easiest way to find me is ping me on LinkedIn or send me an email, which is srector@bf-tv.com. And if you're laughing, why is it BF? It's because we still carry Baby First in our heart, and my email is still babyfirst-tv.com. So feel free to reach out. And Leanne, I want to thank you for everything you're doing for our community. You're a lighthouse, and I'm very grateful to all that you do for our community and for having me. So have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day.
Discover affiliate mastery at AM Leaders. Join us on the 16th of April in Miami for a game-changing affiliate manager training workshop, where you can learn from industry leaders, fine-tune your affiliate program management skills, and stay ahead of the latest affiliate marketing trends in this tell-all Chatham House Rules event. Running in partnership with Hello Partner and Affiverse, this interactive workshop is your path to affiliate program success. Don't miss out on this opportunity to learn from the best minds in the affiliate marketing industry. Tickets are just $495 for the early bird pricing or $695 for the standard rate, but book a bundle ticket for PI Live and AM Leaders, and you'll also save $50 when booking a PI Live and AML Leaders bundle ticket. Visit affiversemedia.com. Click the link in the podcast transcribe and book your seat today. This week's Affiliate Marketing Podcast is brought to you by AMP. The Affiliate Manager Performance Program is designed for ambitious affiliate program managers working at brands, agencies, or networks who want to scale their affiliate program and improve their partner performance. We've trained hundreds of affiliate managers from companies like Microsoft, Omnisend, AstroPay, IQ Option, PokerStars, Betson, Oxylabs,
ConvertKit, and more. We help them build consistent sales and trusted partnerships. Dedicate just 1 hour per week over a 12-week period. This affiliate management performance program is unlike any other. Learn proven tactics, tried and tested strategies, and access decades of experience with industry veterans who've launched, scaled, and grown multi-million-dollar affiliate programs around the world. Go to affiversemedia.com, hit the training menu, and book your seat on AMP for 2024.
That's a wrap for this week's Affiliate Marketing Podcast. If you're loving what we're putting down, why not head over to Apple iTunes and give us a 5-star review? Make sure to subscribe to our podcast and our YouTube channel so you never miss another insightful episode or one of our free webinars ever again. Tune in next week for more digital affiliate marketing insights, trends, tips, and content to keep your affiliate and performance marketing fresh and your partners driving consistent sales.